Hi everyone, my name is Michael Paul Patterson, and I just want to tell you my story so that you kind of know where I'm coming from in this whole health aspect. So I'll tell you kind of what happened in short, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail what happened. I had several different health problems, and I went to about 10 different doctors for these problems, and not one of them could really help me out. Okay, nothing really got healed. So I basically did my own research, and after a few years, I actually healed myself and got rid of these problems by doing some unconventional knowledge that is normally not taught to us. Now I want to share some of these things with you so that you don't have to go through all the trials and errors that I had to make trying to regain your health. So let me break this down for you in a little more detail so I can show you how I went from a poor state of health to a much, much better state of health. At an early age of 19, I had several health problems with my knees. I had digestive problems, bad breath, zits on my face, on my back, and I was really tired all the time. I mean, no matter how much sleep I got, I just always felt tired. And many times when I stood up, I would just get dizzy. I just felt like I was going to pass out sometimes when I just stood up off the couch or something. So I did what every normal person would do, and I went to the doctor for my health problems. That's what we're taught to do. When you got health problems, go to the doctors. They're supposed to fix you up and make you healthy, right? Well, I went to 6 different doctors/specialists about my knees, and not one of them could give me a real answer as to why my knees hurt so bad and why they would swell up every time I would jog or do something on them. And I got the same old what everybody gets: anti-inflammatories, physical therapy. So I tried all this, and still this did not heal the pain and the swelling that was happening in my knees. I mean, I couldn't do jack squat. The only thing I really did was on the weekends I played on a men's league soccer team, and that was kind of just my only really recreation that I had to do, and that got cut from me, and it just really sucked. I really just loved kind of getting out and running around a little bit. Same thing with the fatigue and digestive problems. Nobody could really give me a straight answer as to how to get rid of this or what the problem was. It was always, here, just take this pill, or find a good multivitamin supplement that's going to really help your health out. Tried them, and again, same old situation. Was tired all the time, and I just didn't feel better. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I'm 19 years old, and my health is breaking down. My body's breaking down like an old man at the age of 19. This just cannot be right. Somebody is not telling me something that I need to know. So I began to do my own research, and I was on the search for the magical pill or the holy grail that would just fix all my health problems and make me super healthy again. And one of the first books I read was called Prescription for Nutritional Healing. Sure, most of you have probably seen it. It's very common in GNC stores, right on the front shelf. Really thick book. I read this, and good book. It tells you about vitamins, minerals, how all these things function in the body. It tells you why you need these vitamins and minerals. Tells you the ratio, what you need for the body to be in balance, and so forth. So after reading this book, I ended up with like 20 different bottles of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, proteins, joint capsules, all these different pills, and I took them religiously every single day, and still same old situation. And this was very frustrating. I mean, there were times I would just get so pissed off because none of this was working that I would literally sit in my room and tears would well up in my eyes, and I would just look up and be like, God, please, just tell me what I need to know to get rid of this stuff. You know, just somebody just tell me the truth and I'll do it. Because I was so frustrated that I couldn't move around. You know, like I said, I love to kind of move around. I played soccer on the weekends, and this just killed me to that I was basically immobile and tired and, you know, all these other little things. But I guess the main problem for me was just my knee joints were hurting. The other stuff I could kind of live with, but still I just love to move around. Well, a couple years went by and I ended up moving to Montana. And there I met a guy who really changed my life. His name is Wade. And Wade, if you ever happen to run across this website and you see me on here, contact me because, you know, I've lost contact with you, and so just give me an email. Alright, anyways, this guy had a library full of unconventional knowledge that told how to really heal the body and how to really get rid of disease. And I had such thirst for this knowledge that I would literally sit and read these books front to back, one after the other. And after I would finish with each of these books, you know, we lived right next door to each other, so I'd run next door and be like, here you go, dude, man, great book, just, you got another one? And sure enough, he kept just sliding me these books one at a time. And to me, these books were like magic little golden nuggets of truth. I would get one of these books and I was kind of like Smeagol on the Lord of the Rings, you know, with this little ring. Ah, my precious, my precious. And so I would just kind of hobble up on my couch in my apartment and just really just drink this stuff in. It was so shocking and disturbing, but yet so true and logical at the same time. And it's kind of funny, years later, my roommate that lived with me at that time, sometimes we would kind of end up talking about some health things, and he would be surprised at how much I knew about certain subjects, and then you'd be like, oh yeah, man, I remember. God, every time I would come home, you'd be on that couch reading them damn books. So, anyways, after reading all these books, I began to find major similarities with what all these guys were saying. And here is the magical equation to true health.